What's up? In the last video, I picked a product, I made ads, I figured out where and who exactly my customers are. In this video, it's time for that exact brand, for that exact product to actually make and design the Shopify store and set up the offer and all the backend stuff, payment processing, all that kind of stuff to actually go live with this very, very soon. This is going to be me live doing everything of building a store from scratch in front of you. And so you can just copy this if you want to. If you don't, then don't. So if you watched any of my videos, you know that the main thing that I do when it comes to stores and I focus on is offers, right? In my opinion, the offer is going to be always the most important thing that you can have. I like to start with something which is called a split test, an A/B test, right? Basically means you have two offers at the same time and you're testing them with the same traffic source, so same traffic quality, and you just see which one of these makes you more revenue per visitor. And essentially, you want to craft offers that are so good that our customers feel stupid saying no to it. Offer one is actually, I thought about, a lot of different things that you could do. And if you check out the main competitor right here, what they're actually doing, and this is pretty interesting, is they have a subscription offer right here, right? Of like, okay, you can either, get a one-time purchase for $50 per kit, or, save $10 per kit if you subscribe and actually let it deliver to you every 3 months. This is something which I'm not going to take advantage of yet, but if you just look at what they've done, is they have actually just have a normal bundle discount, right? So it's like their offer structure, and this is what I'm going to write down here. Their offer structure is a bundle discount, and usually I like to, one of the offers that I split test have really kind of similar to the competitors ones, because it just gets already proven, and then I like to be very creative on the other offer that I like to test, and I just basically see which one makes me more money. And chances are, if someone's scaling like they are, and again, we figured it out last time, I mean, they have 120,000 visitors a month on their store. We know that they're making sales, so they've probably split tested this already, and then they know that it works for them. So why do you want to reinvent the wheel, right? We don't need to do that. So the offer structure itself is going to be a bundle discount, and once you have your structure, usually the process that I follow is just figuring out like a million different things to enhance that offer structure. And so there's guarantees, there's bonuses, which are free gifts, there's scarcity and urgency. And you can be so creative with every single one of these things. And essentially what you got to keep in mind is you got to make the value price discrepancy as big as possible. So value is what people get, price is what people pay. And the difference between these needs to be as large as possible. It's not just, is it higher or not? It's not black or white. It's just how big is the value and price discrepancy. And this is really important to figure out. So what I've just imported right here is a picture of the value equation of Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Offers. It's an amazing book, and it just describes you how the value of an offer is basically coming together, right? So obviously we just said that we want to find an offer, we want to build an offer, craft an offer, which essentially is so good that people feel stupid saying no to it. And the value is very different from the price that people pay. So they should get much more. They should feel like they get much more than what they actually pay. That's when we get a bunch of sales. Dream outcome: reduce wrinkles, look and feel younger. Okay. Follow up with free gifts, right? So one thing about this competitor, they don't really have a lot of free gifts. And this is actually pretty interesting. I mean, their free gift is the free shipping, right? Which is not really a very strong free gift. So we'll actually take this ahead. We'll obviously do free shipping as well, because I'm planning on selling this to Europe. So I'm not going to, charge for shipping in European countries. But what I am planning on doing is I'm going to add in a bunch of free gifts. And the free gifts that I'm going to add in are just going to be things that people kind of buy together with this. So I'm just going to pull up something and just check out what are people buying. Okay, they got the serum. They got maybe a derma roller. Okay, so we could already have like, the serum itself. We could call it like anti-aging serum, and we can do a derma roller. All right, so these two free gifts are something which I'm probably gonna throw into the bundle discount offer, and I'm gonna mark this so that again it's kind of easier to see. Guarantee is going to be like probably like 120-day feel younger or money back guarantee, 5 to 7 days express free shipping. To scarcity, I'm going to say free gifts limited to next 50 orders. It's a very natural and also ethical way to do scarcity, not just say, oh, we have 7 pieces in stock, which I'm probably going to try for offer 2 just to see if it works or not. And yeah, but in terms of urgency, I'm just going to do Mother's Day, because we remember last video. If not, go back and watch it. But basically we were selling it to single moms. That's the marketing angle which we're going to go for. And so yeah, Mother's Day sale ends midnight. What they have done actually really well, and this is also what I'm gonna get, is like they've kind of price anchored, which means they started with the most expensive one, which is the 3-month supply, and then it goes down and down and gets cheaper like all the way through. This is very smart, because what this does is, like, first of all, people see the worst deal and think, oh my god, this is very expensive, and then they go down, oh, it's much less expensive, and it feels like they're getting a deal, you know, whereas it's just bullshit. They just started with the more expensive offer. Cost of goods probably going to be around like $13. Let's just plan yeah, probably one of the worst cases, very simple, like $34.99 yeah, per kit, right? And then 1 month supply is going to be $24.99 per kit, which is 75. Hold on, no, it should actually be the other way around, right? So this should be 3-month supply, so this should be the most expensive one, so this should be 34, and then this should be 24, and then it actually does make a lot of sense. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. So for offer 2, I want a completely different offer structure, and again, I always preach about this in my videos, but usually I start, the first split test that I do is completely different structures, so that I can really see, okay, what type of offer structure do people resonate with in the first place. And so how I find that out is by just figuring out, okay, does it make sense to buy multiple of this product? Answer is yes, it's a consumable, right? And the next thing, which I really like doing, is a buy one get one offer, right? I love buy one get ones. Yeah, so the offer structure is going to be buy one get one free. And what we can do generally to kind of enhance this buy one get one structure even more. So kind of you have really 2 choices. First one would technically be like a price anchor. So like kind of like before that, we go ahead and just like, yes, give them the option to buy one, and then below that, give them the option to buy one get one free, which is inevitable, which is just, you know, a little bit more expensive. And then they see the bad deal first and they think, oh, this is bad. And they see the buy one get one, which is a much better deal, and feel like they're getting much more of a deal than if you just immediately showed them the buy one get one free. We're gonna do $24.99, and then we're going to do buy one get one for and then this is going to be $29.99, and then we have buy 2 get 2 free, and this is going to be for $59.99. I'm not going to add any free gifts to this, because this is already a very, very, very big deal, right? This is a very strong sale, or like, let's say, offer. And you don't want to have a too good to be true offer on your store. A lot of times, a lot of dropshippers kind of do that. When they hear about the offer topic the first time, they then start, you know, blasting as much as they want, and which is just all eating up their margins. That's not even the worst part about it, but the worst part is actually that people just stop trusting it, because it seems too good to be true, and they know that this is not legit. This can't be legit for this price, right? And if you get sales, it's the worst customers that you can't find, because they only buy because you're the cheapest one, and that's not, you know, what you kind of want. Now, in terms of the guarantee, I like the first one. I'm probably gonna just copy, you know, the guarantee that I just wrote before. I think it's a cool part of the offer. I'm gonna make this here, and then in terms of, you know, free gifts, we said none of them. Yeah, and then scarcity, I mean, I like the urgency, which is the Mother's Day, since we sell it to single moms. But I do want to change up the scarcity, and I'm going to do like just, you know, 7 kits left in stock. This is kind of the unethical way to do scarcity. So let's actually hop into Shopify and set up the store. Okay. Where would you like to sell an online store? I'm not selling yet. Dropshipping product. This doesn't really matter at all what you click here. You could skip all these questions. We'll get the plan later. And then we're in our store. This is it. Boom. We're in our store right now. You can ignore this setup guide. It's complete total bullshit, and you absolutely do not need it whatsoever. Let's see what it says. Lumora, Velora. Bro, I've seen these. Elara is interesting. Okay. Crazy. Elara. Cool. We can go with that, to be honest. Elara or some, yeah, it doesn't really matter at all. We just want a name which, yeah, fits all these things that we chat GPT before. Elara, this is where you want to set up your Shopify payments, right? Now, I'm not going to show this live on camera because there's some information that, yeah, they're pretty important. Okay, so once we're here on our store, first thing that we're going to do is actually worry about the product section. Actually, no, before that, we're going to upload our theme, right? I like to use a pre-built theme, but you can use whatever. I'm using the best theme in the world, and you're going to see why it's literally the best theme. The reason is that it's literally called the best theme. All right, I don't know what to tell you guys. If you want this, just, you know, whatever, join my Discord. It's not my theme. I didn't make it, but I can give it to you guys. It's a pretty cool theme, and it's pre-built. It's free. Yeah, I have never had a paid theme before. This is a really good theme. It's hard to make look bad, to be honest. So we're gonna publish. Boom. And then all you got to do, we can't remove the password. I'm not going to click and actually, you know, customize it yet. Obviously, you got to go to shipping and then set up a little shipping rate. UK, we're going to select the entire United Kingdom. I'm just going to call this free shipping with, tracking number provided. And then we're just going to give another option, which is going to be eco-friendly, £3.99 or something like that. Products, right? Add a product. We're just going to call it what our store is called. So Elara, and then I want to have like a little trademark. There we go. I was going to call it micro needling infusion kit. That's probably what I'm going to call it. And then, you know, we need the product pictures. Skincare tools is pretty fine. Here, this is going to be offer 1. So let's pull up our document. Price, we said for 1 month, we're going to do 35 per kit. We're going to unselect track quantity. We're going to leave on this is a physical product. We don't really need variants. And then what I'm going to do, and this is really important for the split test later on, is edit the URL down here. So the search engine listing. I'm going to do Elara 1 so that we make it really simple. And then we're going to set up another product, the exact same thing. But this one's going to be the second split test, second offer that we're going to test, right? So this is going to be, let me just copy the name real quick. Add product. We're going to paste it in here, and then we're just going to call this the micro needling infusion kit. We can leave the name pretty much as it is. I'm probably going to call it, though, something different, a little bit different. I'm gonna call it set, so we know this is a different one and don't get things mixed up. And then this is gonna be Elara 2. Boom, all you need. Okay, and now we're just gonna make the product images. Okay, so let's actually get into that real quick. Normal 800 times 800 design. All right, so I found this very small competitor here to check them out. They're only getting like 1,000 visitors a month, so they're not really making any money. And they're, you know, overpricing this, a terrible offer. And they have this really cool picture, which I kind of want to take. I'm thinking about this one, or, I mean, so the best shot would be this. I'm probably going to take this one at first. And then what I kind of want to have is after the first product picture, which is a shot of like, okay, this is, you know, what it looks like. I just want to have a bunch of like different befores and afters and social proof and testimonials and stuff like that. I feel like that would be a pretty cool idea. First thing what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna obviously magic erase all the bullshit up here, right? So this QR code, yeah, and then I'm just gonna get rid of that as well. Boom. And we're obviously gonna make our own logo in a second. I think this black text right there is all right. We're just going to put our own logo on it in a second. I think this design is pretty cool for logos. So we're called Elara. I'm just going to put this right here. And then we have our logo pretty much, right? We're just going to centerize. So once we have our logo, let's put a little duotone effect on it and make it white. Perfect. dryilara.store is going to be what I'm going to put in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this picture and then make it, like remove the duotone effect, take the logo and then just put it on the bottle. We don't even need to like reshape it or anything like that. It's completely fine like it is here. I'm just going to make it so small that it's like, well, we don't need to reshape it. Something like that. And then obviously one thing which we gotta do though is like we gotta change the color up a little bit. So I'm just gonna do a little color pick. So we're gonna do duotone effect, and then you're gonna click the color, and then pick this exact kind of gray, dark gray thing, and then I'm just gonna make it, put the transparency a little bit down, and then that's pretty much what I'm gonna do to the logo right here. Also, what I think I'm gonna do is like a little bit more of a magic erase, because there's still something which is kind of looking a little bit off. All right, so this is kind of what it's looking like right now, and I just want to add a little bit of a background to make it look a little bit better. I think this looks much better already. And then what I wanted to do, hold on, I think I need to drag the logo and that kind of stuff up here. And then I wanted to add a little guarantee. And then what I also like to do is just add some Trustpilot thing somewhere. Something like this, right? I think this looks really solid. And now what I kind of want to do is just some before and after, some reviews, some feedback, social proof, whatever, right? Middle-aged woman with versus without makeup. This is fine for first before and after. And then here we go. Second one, this text, and then I'm gonna blur this. I think this is gonna look super good. Yeah, this is all right. I'll take it. This person does not exist. Boom. I'm just going to do a little this person does not exist a couple times. Yeah, I like this. I like how this turned out. We got a lot of, Instagram reviews now. I think, yeah, I do really enjoy how this turned out. All right, I really liked how these turned out. I'm going to get rid of this one, and then I'm going to realign them real quick. I'm going to show you how... Okay, so we have the first before after, we have the explanation, we have the reviews, and we have another before after. I think this is really cool. We're just going to do the exact same thing for the other product as well, obviously, because, it's just the other offer. I'm just going to do the color-wise, the logo-wise, the exact same thing that I've been doing so far. I'm going to add a featured product here. I don't really give a damn about the homepage. All right, so now that the design of the store is basically pretty much ready, what I'm going to do now is the bundles, right? So I'm going to set up the offer and present it in the best way possible, and then I'm going to set up the A/B test, the split test, the actual valuable stuff. So this is what you guys have been waiting for. So keep waiting. I'm obviously I have the document here, which I prepared in the beginning of this video. What I do at first is I just change up all these fonts to bold to make it look better, and just the corner radius all the way to the right. Block title, I like to do something with urgency, so sale ends midnight, and then a heart. That is probably what I've kind of been doing ever since I started. Just a little urgency factor never really hurts, right? So what we want to go ahead and do is the first offer is going to be the 3-month supply, 2-month supply, and then 1-month supply, right? So the bundle discount. This is what I wanted to start with. This is going to be the 1-month supply, right? So let me just copy this real quick. It doesn't really matter. It's fine like this too. Actually, I'm going to duplicate it. Then I don't have to really do it again. I'm just going to select the other product this time, the set, buy one, get one free. And the price is going to be like $24.99. Okay, so it's a price anchor, really strong deal. And then this is 4, and this is going to be buy 2, get 2 free. And price is going to be for 60. So it's $59.99. Okay, cool. Looks really good. Again, I'm going to add free shipping for all of these so that it's like even better. And then what I'm going to do is to encourage them to get the, maybe even hold on, where's the free gifts? I think I forgot the free gifts in the previous one. So I have no free gifts right here. Hold on, let me check if it's already on there. Real quick. So we got the set. Okay, let me just change it to pounds. Looks great. Looks great, honestly. Looks really good. And as you can see, the free gifts limited to the next 49 orders. I'm going to change it up because then, yeah. Probably get, okay, how do I do this? Okay, I'm just going to change the product here to this one, and then I'm going to change it from the other bundle to the, yeah. All right, looks really, really good. I like that. Yeah, I think we're pretty much ready with the bundles. Now I'm gonna set up the split test. All right, so now we're here in AB Convert. I just installed it. It's completely fresh. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the URL redirect test so that I can actually set up the right split test, create redirect. I'm gonna call it offer test 1 so that we, in the future, we're obviously still gonna keep testing, but yeah. So revenue per visitor is what we optimize for. This doesn't matter at all. Page URL matches exactly. This is important. Now we're going to take our landing page URL. So it's going to be this one, obviously. So we're copying this. So we're copying it from /products. Boom, right? This is our thing. Always trigger. And then control group, right? So this is offer 1. And then this is offer 2. And then 50% stay here, right? And then the other 50% just come to this link right here. And then we're just gonna test if everything's working. So let's just click here. Boom, works perfectly. Boom, works perfectly fine. And that's literally it. Do you want to run? No. Create test. Boom, we're pretty much done with the split test. Now, random 50% of our traffic is going to come to this offer, to offer 1, and other 50% to offer 2. Now, guys, this is pretty much it for the store. Let me know if you guys liked the video, if you guys could learn a thing or two, and if you want me to actually now go ahead and test the ads that we made in the last video. So if you didn't watch it, go ahead and watch it right now. I made all the ads, all the marketing, and the customer research for this price, for this store brand specifically. And if you want me to go ahead and test it on Facebook, then go ahead and write it in the comments right now and write your main takeaway. Always super interesting for me to see, and I want to say thank you for giving me your time and your attention. I know this was a really long video, so if you're still watching, appreciate it a lot. Okay, and I wish you a beautiful day.